So, where do I begin? I don't even know how to begin. Mental health. You know how many times I've had to heal myself? Hi, Daddy. It was a red cardinal. I don't like this. Okay, transparent. Gee, thanks. Woo. I started my spiritual journey to begin my self-healing. And I did it. I've done it multiple times. I've done shadow work multiple times. I do my chakra shadow work multiple times. Every client that I have encountered that has got something spiritual from me that I have guided onto their healing path, every time I tell them exactly what part of their healing they need to begin with, I do it for myself as they're doing it. Because it's something you're going to always do. There's no ending to the healing process. There's no ending to the shadow work because we are constantly evolving. Every time we evolve, there's things we have to release, there's things we have to let go of. So, if you are true about your spiritual self and your self-healing, you're going to put yourself through the work multiple times. Each time you're going to see something that you didn't see before, that you didn't release, or that you didn't notice that caused the trauma. But each time it's so dope to experience, to heal from, to learn from, to gain wisdom from, to take you into the next chapter. Sometimes we think the next cycle is going to be easier. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes we don't realize that next cycle that drags us through the mud, that breaks you to your core and brings you right back to square one of your healing. It happens to force you to remember. What have you been asking for? What have you been telling universe, God, source, however you put it? What have you been asking for? What have you been praying for? What have you been manifesting? What have you been attempting to align yourself with? It's all got to align. So now you got to think about the things that you asked to be removed, to be taken, to be revealed. And it all still circulates back to, what did you ask for? What do you want? Aren't you supposed to surrender? I wasn't surrendering. I was aligning, I was healing, I was doing the work. So at some point within this past cycle, I was on track. But I overstepped myself. Because I know what I spoke, I know what I wrote. But I did opposite. I pushed everything opposite for what I asked for. So how am I going to get what I want when I'm not in alignment? I said things would be a certain way. I said I wanted them a certain way by a certain time frame. So why did I do opposite? We all have a problem with trust. That's sometimes trusting in ourselves, sometimes trusting in others, sometimes trusting in God, sometimes trusting our ancestors. I knew, and I know. They got me. But in my mind, I'm so used to doing things a certain way to get things done. So I did what I always do. I pushed myself to limits that I knew I wasn't supposed to, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So, they snatched it all away. And when I say they snatched it all away, I mean all of it away that I was chasing. Not what I asked for, because that's still in rotation. They snatched away everything that I was chasing because what the fuck are you chasing it for? And when I say the word chase, it's basically they show you something good, but that's not your prize. That's not your gift. And then if you overworking yourself, you pushing yourself, you damn near killing yourself mentally, emotionally, physically to get something that's already yours. Basically, you don't believe it's yours. And that's what I did. And when I tell you, universe smacked the fuck out of my ass. Like, bitch, if you don't sit the fuck down and do what you said you were going to do from jump, they was finna take a bitch out the game.
Mom, can I play outside?
Mm-hmm. They was finna take a bitch out the game, and I mean it's literally, but through me. When we make vows to be dedicated to our journey, ourself, you have to stay that course. When you speak what you want, how you want, and what you gonna do to attain it, by all means, stick to what the fuck you spoke. Because when you do opposite, you are not gonna like that outcome. Because I did not, baby. I did not. And I ain't been liking that outcome for years. And I realized I've been doing the same thing for years. I said a year ago. Hell, no, I take that back. I said that shit 2 years ago that I wasn't doing that no more. And I did it. Each fucking year. Again, I did it. And I was about to do it again. I was doing it again. Take that back. I was doing it again. And that shit seriously fucked me up. So we gonna do things a whole lot different. It's gonna be fun. I know that laugh sounds scary, don't it? I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh like that. It just, I be real amused inside when I be, yeah. Transparency is all I'm gonna say.